Okay, welcome back to the Dublin Academy of Maths, and today we're leaving cert ordinary level maths series 6 episode 4 paper 1 question 1. Okay, today we're doing relative error. Relative error is the error over the true value or the error over the estimate. Okay, let's do a quick one. So for example, you see a guy and you say, I think his weight is 55 kilos and his true weight is equal to 50 kilos. So the error is, the difference between the two of them is 5 kilos. So that's 5 kilos over the true weight, which is 50, multiplied by 100 over 1 to get the percentage error. Okay, so this gives you the error, the error, relative error. And this, when you multiply by 100, gives you the percentage error. Okay, so there's nothing really difficult about that. And so you remember it's either the true value or the estimate value. Okay, we'll give you the relative error. Right, now I'm going to do a question here, and it's 2011 and it's question 1, and I hope you have the papers beside you, but I'm going to read it out. The speedometer in a car is faulty. When the car is actually travelling at 57 kilometers per hour, the speedometer reads 60. So when he's travelling at 57 kilometers per hour, it's actually reading 60 kilometers per hour. So what's the error here? It says find the calculate the percentage error correct to 1 decimal place. Okay, so 1 decimal, and it's the percentage error, relative error, percentage error. Okay, so it's the difference between the two of them, which is 3, all over the true value, which is 57, not 60. It looks nice when it goes over 60, but the true value here is 57. So it's all about reading the question. As it says, the speedometer in a car is faulty. When the car is actually travelling at 57, the speedometer reads 60. So it's reading 60 because it's got an error of 3 kilometers per hour. Okay, these are all per hour. Okay, so there's speed. But we don't have to calculate speed here, we're just giving them. So that's the error. So the percentage error is equal to 3 over 57 multiplied by 100 over 1. Okay, and that will give you the percentage. And the percentage works out at 5.3%. So that's his reading, 5.3%. He's going slower. Do you understand? By 5.3% that the speedometer reads out. Okay, so you have to remember that there's a kind of a minus attached to that when regarding the speed. Okay, so we put this up here, so this percentage error is equal to 5.3%, and we'd write that out on the right hand side so that the examiner will come along and he'd look at it and he'd say, yeah, that's right. The next part, it says, if the percentage error is the same at all speeds, at what speed is the car actually travelling when the speedometer reads 110 kilometers per hour? Okay, and we know the percentage error is 5.3%. So we know that if we correct to 1 decimal place, by the way, correct to 1 decimal place. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to try and find the percentage error, or the percentage what he's actually travelling at. So well, what I do is, 110 multiplied by 5.3% all over 100 will give me the difference. Okay, will tell me how much out he's going out, and it ends up as 5.83 kilometers per hour. Okay, so this is 5.3 kilometers per hour less. Okay, so he's driving, so we have to subtract 110 minus 5.83. Change it to, well, we can change this to 9, but we'll do it later, and we'll see what the final result is. So it's 110 minus 5.3, which is equal to 104.5 kilometers per hour. Okay, now, so the whole idea here is to realize here is that the percentage difference is related to speed. Okay, so when it's actually showing 110 kilometers, it's actually a lower speed, because we've worked out that the percentage error of this will reflect in the speedometer's readouts. Okay, in the actual traveling speed. Okay, so I hope that's is kind of clear to you, because there's nothing really I can do with it, only go over a few questions. It's not that difficult, just get the percentage error and then work from the percentage error to sort out your other problems, or the other questions. Now, correct it to we have to correct this to 1 decimal place, and the answer was 104.17. Now this 7 changes that 2, and that now this is a 107. So the actual this is really what the answer is. Okay. Now this is a plus or minus, because we're dealing with because it's 104, and before it was 103, probably 0.5. Okay, to 0.534. So or 5 to change this to 6 to change this to 4. Now I'll explain this later. It's kind of getting a bit confusing, but we will leave it at 104.2. Okay, and that the real value is really 104, and it goes up to 5. Okay, because that's how much. If you didn't know, this would be the upper limit, and the lower limit would be 103.5 to change. You understand that? Or 106 to change to, well, it has to be a 5 or less. Okay, now I'm not going to get bogged down by this, but the next part we will be doing all about these questions, all about differences. Now the next part of the question says the driver, unaware of the problem, assumes that if he travels at an average speed of 80 kilometers per hour, so if he goes along and he travels at 80 kilometers per hour, and this is a readout from the speedometer, he will reach his destination in 4 hours. So 4 hours at 80 kilometers per hour. So how far is he going? Distance. Do you remember this? Speed is equal to distance over time. The distance is equal to speed times time. Okay, so that's going to be equal to 4 times 80. Do you understand? Which is equal to 4 eighths are 360. Okay, 4 eighths are 360. 320. Oh, 320. Okay, 320 kilometers. So the length from there to there, now I found out, is 320 kilometers. Okay, because I found the distance, because I was given the speed and I was given the time. Okay. Right, so now we have this, and we know that there's an error of 5.3%. So working along, it says the percent. So we know that the percentage error is equal to 5.3%. Okay. Now we have to find out the actual journey. The percentage time error on the time is 5.3%. So we have to find what 5.3% over 100 of 240. Okay, so we got 5.3% of 320. Okay, because it's 320 kilometers. Okay, so 320 kilometers, and we can find the actual. We can find that we can improve that distance, but we can work. It's not really going to give us an answer here, you know. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to multiply it by the time. Okay, so how long will it take the time here? Right, so we've got 320 kilometers, and he's traveling at 80 kilometers per hour. In actual fact, he's traveling at 5.3% lower than this. Okay, so the percentage error on time is plus 5.3%. Okay, do you see that? So this time that he reckons that it's going to take 80 kilometers per hour is going to take 4 hours. Okay, well, we have to realize that he's actually traveling slower than what he's actually doing, so he's going to increase his time, okay, by 5.3%. So it's 5.3% of 4 hours. 4 6 is 24. Is 4 hours is 24. Okay, 4 hours. Okay, so that's why he assumed that from the last time. Okay, he said it would take 4 hours. So we have to get 5.3% of 4 hours, which is equal to 5.3 over 100 multiplied by 4 6's are 240 minutes. Okay, I think I got that wrong the last day, right? So 4 6's are 240 minutes, and we cross multiply or whatever, and we get out an answer of 13 minutes. Okay, and that's the answer, is 13 minutes. Now what does that mean? That's the answer for this percentage error. So in other words, is he going to he's going to be at plus 13 minutes to his time of 2 hours. Okay, or 4 hours. You understand that? So it's 240 plus 13 minutes is the actual time. Right, so I'll write that up here. So the travel is going to be 200. So with his percentage error, it's going to be 13 minutes is the error on time, okay? And it's only increased the time plus his, which is 4 hours. And the answer is going to be equal to, the total journey is going to be 4 hours and 13 minutes, okay? Now some people might do it different, they might do it by acceleration. I was a bit, unsure there for a while, but I could see that it was all based on time, because the question says, how long to the nearest minute will it actually take him to reach his destination? Okay, so it's on time. So it's 4 hours and 13 minutes. Right now, I hope that's clear with you. When the series continues on, there will be more videos explaining a lot of this, going over stuff and being more practical and doing a lot of questions. Now, these are questions. If 30 was written instead of 33, so the error is 3. Find the percentage error. Okay. If the attendance of a football match is given at 100,000, correct to the nearest 1,000. Find the relative and percentage error. So there's an error of 1,000. Which is more, well, it's to the nearest 1,000. So we'll have to look actually at the 500 or an error. Which is more accurate to estimate? 10 as this number, so you multiply that out and you find a percentage error. Or 150 centimeters as the area of a circle, taking r is equal to 7 centimeters. The area of a circle is equal to 2 pi r squared. Okay, the area of pi r squared. Okay, now I haven't got my tables here with me, but it is pi r squared. Now, a lot of this you have to start working out yourself, and practice is the whole idea here. Thank you.